Right, I'm in my local pub with a couple of the members of Swim Deep who work in here, and their mate James, who's in the band.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, I thought I'd ask him a couple of questions.
Yeah, we'd love to hear.
So the first question I'd like to ask is, melodies in music, will they ever run out?
I guess maybe, but with AI, we were talking about this before, weren't we? With AI, I guess there'll be a way to invent every melody. I guess if you ask AI to do all the melodies.
It's quite a big question, because when you think about musical scales, like in Western music, you have like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and then it kind of starts over again. But in Arabic music, for example, they have microtones, so all the little steps in between.
The alphabet would start again.
Yeah, but between A and B, you've got an A and a half.
Or an A and a quarter.
Yeah, so every piano note between the white and the black, I guess there's like half, isn't there?
If you think about a piano, they have instruments that have notes that you can't play on the piano. So if you think about all the instruments in the world, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah.
Well, weirdly, people seem to use less and less notes these days.
Yeah.
What instruments can you all play?
I can play most of them, except wind instruments I'm not very good at.
Yeah. Would you like to answer that one, Josh?
What, the phone?
No.
Sorry, lost me right now.
How many instruments do you play?
3 or 4.
3 or 4? James?
I started out playing the bass guitar.
Oh, so you're a
and the
bassist,
guitar,
yeah.
but I'm not
He's a
actually a
funk
bassist.
master.
I play the keyboards.
Oh,
in the
got
band.
ya.
But the thing that's quite nice is when you're in a studio, music studio, they've got all the musical instruments, so everyone just plays on everything and thinks they can play them all quite well.
Yeah, I think that's one thing about this band is that no one's sacred to their own instrument. I think more so actually you are. Like everyone moves out of the way if you want to play guitar now because you're the best guitarist.
Wait till I get found out.
Yeah.
But the drummer would be the drummer though.
Yeah.
Drummers
no
are
one
a
can play
different
drums in
breed.
the band, Yeah, they don't let anyone near. Tom doesn't like it when James goes.
But he does want us to pack up his drum kit with him at the end of the gig. It's a bit of a hypocritical.
And you've just finished a new album.
Yeah.
And how did that go?
It was fast, wasn't it? It was like in 2 weeks. Yeah, I feel like we got it done.
Yeah, I thought it was a really positive experience. We were recording the album in last summer, and the weather was like this. So I think that really helps the whole.
It took you this long to get it done then? Huh?
Well,
Takes a while.
We were in the big
Well,
studio.
not as good as the Beatles then.
No,
The Beatles done it quite quick.
Well, I think that it's interesting though because the creation of the song is like what I'm after. Like that moment is like I'm trying to equate it to carpentry. Like what's the most exciting part of it? Like
I've heard people say they do an album about like when they split up from people when they do the old album.
Oh, yeah.
Yours ain't like that, based on something then.
Yeah, if it's I like it when you create it, but then it takes about a year, 2 years to actually record it, and that bit can be quite tedious, I guess. But I think when we go to the studio, it's like a new part of the creation, isn't it? Because everyone kind of comes together for the first time.
There's different stages of it. You've got, and all this time in between, you've got time to think and develop more ideas. And then when you're in the studio and you're surrounded by instruments, you start playing on other stuff, and that's where the magic happens, so to speak. But it's an evolving process, and so it's quite fun to think about the whole journey that some of these songs go on.
So Josh is quite a new member, isn't he?
Yeah.
So how did you sort of? Is he all right? Yeah.
Oh, he's fantastic. He's great. I like telling this story. The first time Josh played with us, we were. What was it? We were filling in for someone who couldn't make one of the gigs.
Because obviously we both work here, so I just met you and knew you were a guitarist, and then just asked you to fill in on guitar, I guess.
And we were in this tiny little cupboard-sized rehearsal space, and Josh brought his guitar, and he learnt all the parts.
Which is new for us because none of us really know the parts.
And he played the parts, and at the end of the song, we were like, "Oh wow, those are some great guitar parts." And he was like, "Yeah, that's just how the song goes." He just sort of played it with a bit of confidence that we'd all heard what he was playing quite well. It's it's really great to hear those parts.
Proper blew us away a bit, to be honest.
So he made a very strong first impression.
And then realised that you were a songwriter, which I didn't know at the start. Like 3 of the albums on the record.
Oh, so you collaborate now. See that word, collaborate.
Strong, it's the new Lennon McCartney.
It's the new John and Terry. Photograph, I keep a photograph on me, with me or is it on me?
What, of Terry?
That song, Broken, you brought to the table for this album? Was there another one? Like completely written by you?
No.
But yeah, it's that's never happened before with us. It's always been like me and then take it to everyone and everyone kind of adds their thing.
I got ya. I'll say like you, James, you'd add to the song or...
Yeah, if I get a chance to. But it's quite nice because if someone brings an idea
So
to the band,
you're
you
like
get
the
quite
George
inspired.
Harrison then.
Well, that'd be high confidence.
So you're going to piss off in a minute and come back again.
Yeah, go to India. Yeah, you're the most likely to, but maybe go to India. And
No, but it's very nice because, like, you know, Ozzy or JJ might bring a demo
Oh,
to
yeah.
the rest of the band, and then when you hear that, you get quite inspired and you have your own ideas. You have these little light bulb moments,
Yeah.
and then over the course of developing the songs, it's very nice that everyone gets a chance to chip in and try different things, and that's a lot of the time is how we get to the finish line. Sometimes it doesn't change much from the first idea.
So and you're quite big in Asia, aren't you?
you're so good at this job.
Oh, no, yeah.
Apparently we're big in Asia, that's what we're telling people.
You know why?
It's a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Nobody really seems to know the answer.
Well, someone asked me for that Indonesian press the other day. Someone asked me, or was it the Thai one? They said, why do you reckon like Thai fans originally, like, and Chinese fans got onto it?
Absolutely no idea.
Well, I think my theory is there was a big Brit invasion there, where a lot of Southeast Asia loved Oasis and
the Brit,
that kind of like that era, and I think that comes from them copying the Beatles, and they love the Beatles and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I think because we were like a bit of a boy band, I guess, at the start.
I think that's definitely true. I think you definitely.
What are your
benefit-
favourite bands, by the way? Yeah, saying that.
Oh, that's a big question. I mean, whenever I'm asked this question, I always include the Beatles. Beatles are one of the best bands ever.
But are they your favourite band?
I'd always include. Well, when I think about a question, I think about a whole catalogue of music, right? I would be perfectly happy on a desert island with like 10 Beatles albums.
Right, yeah.
There's so much good stuff.
I think I just think of an album which is the Stone Roses' first album that I think is the flawless album that I really enjoy listening to. And even though they've only got one good album, it's second kind of good as well, but they've only got 2 albums, haven't they? So it's hard to say they're my favourite, but I think that's like defining band for me. Even though I don't like to think it influences it too much, but probably that.
What about you, JJ?
What don't I like? I was listening to the new Blade album this morning.
Blade?
Yeah, it's great.
Is it Blade E?
No.
What about
Shows my age,
yourself?
that.
I'm a big Frank Sinatra fan.
really?
Beatles, yeah, a lot of Oasis and all that. S Club 7.
Nice, yeah, Reach.
John,
for the
you've got a
stars.
poster of Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Didn't you?
Wow.
I've got a picture, a painting of a fella that used to be in a band called the Sexy Butchers.
Sexy Butchers.
And you remember Matt, Jimmy? Yeah. He done a painting of Frank Sinatra in a West Ham kit. It's about big. Like it's pop art,
Yeah.
but it's the bollocks.
Yeah.
It's really good, isn't it?
He'd be turning in his grave now then, I guess.
That's my PA, by the way.
Do you ever go to concerts?
Not really, no. I've seen Sinatra a couple of times.
Yeah, really?
I've seen, what's her name?
Carlos Santana.
Oh yeah, him, Useless. And who's the other fella with a guitar? He looks like you a bit as it goes.
Elvis Costello.
No. The one who nicked George Harrison's missus.
Oh, Eric Clapton.
Yeah. I couldn't handle it.
I'm not guilty. Not guilty.
Couldn't handle it. What does indie mean?
Well, originally it means, wasn't it like kind of like 80s, late 80s, 90s thing where bands were kind of starting to produce records on their own? It's independent, isn't it?
Oh,
That's
independent.
what
Is
the
that
song
what it
means.
means?
But I think it's changed so much now because a lot of indie got so big, and I think kind of like Oasis and kind of like took over that whole scene, and it became very major label, and then all the major labels were signing the indie bands because that's what was big. I think it's like there's a big indie scene now, isn't there, where it's like bedroom.
Well, the whole infrastructure's changed, but I feel like as a genre, in terms of what the music sounds like, I feel like indie has also been a parallel to what they call rock in the States.
Yeah.
Like loosely.
And what defines it though? Is it the guitar? Is it like the way it's produced? I think there's a rawness to it, but I definitely think when someone says indie, they think of a guitar band. But I think that's just because indie's probably influenced by like the Beatles. You know what I mean?
And would you lot like to do this 24/7? Like, I know these two work in here. Well, some, try to work here. But have you got another job or?
Yeah.
Do?
We all worked.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
So, but there was definitely a time when we were trying to do it 24/7 when we were a bit younger and we had less responsibilities. But it's a very difficult industry.
But if it could happen, would you like to do that?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
It would be a huge. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, you feel like you've won the jackpot if you can just do music full time.
Yeah, because it never. When we did get paid from music, when we had a major label, it was. And we got a wage, even though it was minimum wage still, it was still, you didn't have to work, and what you did have to work was, the only bad bit was sometimes travelling, and then you got to see the world, so I think...
Yeah, you've been some places, haven't you?
Yeah, we've been lucky. I was talking to James about what, our favourite swim deep venues that we played.
You've got a manager.
Yeah.
I mean, I could, next time we go to Asia, elbow in when I come.
We'll put you down as set design.
Yeah.
I'd love that. That would make a good documentary.
Yeah.
How does working behind the bar influence your music?
I think, in a way, it kind of puts a lot more pressure on the time you get to make music. Me and JJ make music upstairs where he lives. And sometimes I'll do that, open the bar fast and go upstairs and just do 20 minutes or something. I think the pressure is good, that I've always responded well to pressure, I think. I think it's always felt like that. But there's a kind of there's a way of writing music that I find really fruitful, to write music in that way where you write something, you create it and you think, oh, this is good, and you step back from it. You don't like carry on with it because you're going to ruin it. It's like painting a painting that you think is good but you overpaint it, and then you come back and you think about it and you think about it and you daydream, and that's when all the good ideas kind of happen. And when you come back,
so do the ideas come just could be as you're going home or something that you think something comes in your head, or you see something? Yeah.
I think you had. It's been a while since I've written one in my head, but you said you wrote a photograph in your head.
Yeah, in a gallery. Yeah, I think you can tell when people don't have jobs like this, because I think you can tell there's no hunger there, and they just release slop.
Oh, by the music.
Yeah, I think that as long as it's not desperation. I think desperation doesn't sound so good on record,
there's
but
that too.
It depends. Maybe there's a bit of space for it.
You need hunger though. Yeah,
but I think the hunger, me and Josh always just talk about how, as much as we love working it, because there's a great camaraderie. A lot of creatives here. We always just talk about making it out, because that's the dream, isn't it?
Motivates you.
Yeah.
Definitely, because it feels like when I was 18 again, and you're kind of on the dole, and you're just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I want to make music, so it kind of gives you.
So I'm sorry to butt in, but you don't really write.
Yeah.
But do you ever come up with a song and you go to Aussie?
Well, I've worked out over time that my creative brain sparks. There needs to be a match there. It's those who like the match.
Yeah, he's the petrol.
It's like if you were to show me...
You like some Elton John and Bernie Taupin. So there's one there. I've got yeah.
It's like if you show me a corridor, I'll see all the doors suddenly.
Yeah.
But if you were to... I don't know where I'm going with that.
Oh no, you have got to have something, haven't you? I suppose.
You haven't got a lighter.
That's exactly what it is.
I think I remember early on in 2014 when we were doing the sessions for the second album, you did come with a song, and I think you were falling in love maybe, and the song chorus was just "I Love You."
Ooh. Yeah, I did remember that.
It was good though. I thought I'd love to hear it again.
Well, most songs are about love and everything like that, which is a little bit.
Well, it's quite it is, but
it's the
if you get it right,
emotion.
it's a universal thing, isn't it? Like music is.
I mean, when people write songs to me, like when you got the stars involved, and you're reaching out, and that's what I like in music.
Yeah.
You know where I'm going with that?
Yeah. What's your funeral song?
Something.
Is it?
By the Beatles?
My favourite song, but Sinatra singing it.
Ah, do you know what? I really like the Shirley Bassey version of that song. It's really good.
I must have heard her sing it.
Do you have a funeral song?
Not to mind right now, but I mean, when you think about my favourite song, I often think about Primitive Painters by Feld.
I can imagine that at your funeral.
It's pretty.
Well,
pretty
I don't like
wicked.
to imagine it. That's a good funeral song. What about you?
You know, so many songs have been ruined by working here. Or not ruined, but I just associate them like Primitive Painters plays here like once a day.
That's why I always tell you to turn Vapor Trail off by Ride, because it makes me so sad.
Yeah, that would be good for
But that is, I remember I told Nell once that was my funeral song and she just cried and I felt really bad. Because now we both can't listen to that song anymore.
I'd like it to be something quite triumphant as well, though. So like,
I mean, you said, like, I say something, that ain't really a funeral song, is it?
yeah. Well,
So it's more like it's something,
My dad at my grandpa's funeral didn't know what to play, and they thought let's just do something funny, and they played the Benny Hill.
yeah.
And it was because everyone was in
Well,
this
they carried
really,
his coffin running.
well, the curtains did close,
Yeah.
but everyone was in this really like sincere moment, and you know you are obviously really sad at a funeral, but then when you get that, it sparks that memory of all the good time, and you can imagine them laughing through it.
Yeah.
And I think that was really. I was emotional, but I thought it was because everyone just burst out laughing, and to get a room in a funeral, people laughing, I think it's like creates such a nice, because you start to be positive about the person's life rather than
I've got a question for you. Who's the most famous person you've met?
I have met, I would say, Bobby Moore,
Oh, really? So how did that happen?
just in his pub in
Really?
Tipples down, when he owned that.
What was he
Who was
drinking
in
at the
there?
time?
I wouldn't
Beer
remember.
drinker?
No, I think it was short, more like a vodka or something.
What about you?
I was thinking about this earlier because we've met quite a few interesting people in our 13 or more years of being in the band. I remember being at the Enemy Awards 10 years ago or whatever, and Guy from Disclosure introduced Paul McCartney to me.
Paul McCartney.
That's the biggest one.
Paul, this is James from Swim Deep. I was like, hello.
Yeah? Right.
That's a person who's like on a different plane.
Yeah, that's probably the most famous
That's
person.
amazing.
And of all the people to be introducing me to Paul McCartney, it was Guy from Disclosure.
That's so weird. I had this really like still haunts me to this day. One of my idols that I met. He's not necessarily the most famous person, but one of my idols, like everyone knows him. And Cav introduced me to him backstage at Brixton. And he introduced me, and it was Mike Skinner from the streets.
Oh, really?
It was like from Birmingham, big idol of mine. It was obvious, that we knew him. And Cav introduced me like Mike Ozzy, and I went, "Oh, sorry, what's your name again?"
We played a game.
And I was trying to play it cool, but I just ended up looking like a dick. It was like trying to think, "Oh, I don't know you" and stuff.
We played a gig in Spain once at Razzmatazz, and we were in the upstairs room.
It was like 3 a.m, wasn't it?
And then I was trying to find the toilet, so I went downstairs to go in the urinal. I looked next to me, and Mike Skinner was going for a piss next to me because he was playing a gig in the downstairs room. Didn't say anything, but I was just like, sick.
I had a piss next to Dermot Kennedy. No, not Dermot Kennedy. Who's Dermot from like the X Factor?
Dermot O'Leary.
Dermot O'Leary once, yeah.
Yeah, I hung out with him at Latitude.
Oh, Peter
a few
Crouch.
years ago.
I had a
Peter
piss next to
Crouch.
him as well once.
I also remember quite well it being quite a moment when we played at Benicassim, this festival in Spain once, and we were playing on the main stage, and then after us, or a couple bands after us, was Liam Gallagher's old band. And right before they went on stage, just pulls up to the stage in a taxi, gets out, all the swagger on, just goes like, "All right, lads," and then just goes straight on stage and starts singing.
He's one of those people that's exactly like.
Yeah, he is,
Yeah, he's great fun.
So I can imagine they're good.
I mean, you meet quite a lot in here. Some Paul Mezcal in here a few times.
Yeah.
One time, Effie from Skins.
I saw her at my local park.
Yeah. She filmed a Christmas film in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to meet her.
I actually watched
Matt
the new.
Smith.
I actually watched the new Jurassic Park a few months ago, and the next day I came in here, and one of the actors was in here.
Wow.
So
They used to do a lot of rehearsing down in Union Chapel, didn't they?
great.
There's
venue
been a
as
few
well,
in
man.
here, isn't there? Joe Wilkinson, the fella out of Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
The Robert Ramsey Bolton, is it?
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
He was right, Welsh fella. What would be your favourite song on the album?
It changes every day. At the moment, it's "Lift Me Up," which is the last track, which is a track that just came out of nowhere. Me, Josh, and Tom were just all playing guitar. They were playing this kind of like classical kind of thing, and it came out of nowhere. And it was one of those songs that I thought, I'm going to realise that that's a song that I've ripped off because it sounds so good, like familiar. When it sounds familiar, you've either ripped it off or it's just come to you, and that's why it sounds so familiar. But luckily, I hadn't ripped this one off, so that was good. But I think that one. Yeah.
What about you, JJ?
There's a song called "Is There Something Going On," and it's actually one of the ones that almost didn't make it on the album. But
Really broke us up.
yeah, I think to me that's one of this.
Some arguments in the studio about that. James was really adamant that we do it, and we'd both given up.
We're not
JJ
giving
was
up.
miserable about it, so I just thought, right, we need to just I need to manage this, and it was getting a bit miserable. And you one morning just stood up next to the clipboard and you were like, we need to do this. And so we had to, and we all just sort of sat there like, oh, for fuck's sake, this is going nowhere.
We'd lost a bit of the hope, hadn't we?
Yeah,
What's your one, James? Then?
My favourite song at the moment is, I don't know, I'm looking forward to when we bring Such a Fool into the live mix-up. What I really like about that song is it feels quite lush and full. There's strings in it, there's organs, lots of guitars, big melodies, so it feels quite complete.
It's a
real
sleeper hit, I reckon.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to people hearing that.
I've got one more question for you that I've just thought of.
Good.
When you're writing a song, it must come into your head, or does that sound like, because I heard you just say, does it sound like,
all the time.
blimey, yeah, that must be hard, isn't it?
I think the second guessing is one of the, an artist's biggest enemy. Because you don't believe, sometimes you don't believe that you've just created this, because there's no rhyme or reason of where it comes from, is there? It comes from your, experience, I guess, and so it is always going to be influenced by things you hear, because that's where you get your music from, I guess.
So famously, Paul McCartney woke up and had Yesterday, the melody in his head, and he was asking everyone around him if they recognised it, and he just went, all right, I love it.
There's a lot of chat about where they come from, but I guess it's just it's one of those things, it's like a dream, so you don't know where it comes from, but you can kind of sometimes link it to a thing that's happened the week before, and sometimes you don't realise that for age. I've only heard, when we did our 10-year anniversary at Where the Heaven Are We, that tour, we were listening to those songs again for the first time, a lot of them, since back then. And I was listening to a lot of the lyrics and thinking, oh, that's why I wrote about that. That's what was going on in my life. But at the time, I don't think I thought that. I thought it was just...
Do you need a top up or?
Nah, I'm alright, I've got to drive, so...
Alright, where are you off to?
I've got to go to Aggerston.
Oh, cheers, John.
Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks
that's alright,
for the
nice
chat.
chatting to you,
Nice to
James.
meet you.
Nice chatting to you, Josh.
When we get the award.
Nice chatting to you, Ozzy.
Put on your mantle, please.
Great.